Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us. If this was the league season, we would say we are getting to the business end. So join us for the business end of Euro 2020. And tonight, the first of the two semi-finals, Italy versus Spain. Join us for the watch along tonight, where by 10 p.m. or maybe slightly later, if it's a tight game, we will find out who is the first Euro 2020 finalist. And of course, it's England tomorrow night. So a potential opponent for England when they line up for their semi-final tomorrow against the Danes. It's the Italians versus the Spanish. The Italians have pretty much been at it from the word go in this tournament. They streaked through their group, didn't they? Just had a little struggle getting past Austria. But they have been very, very good, haven't they? And excellent job last round, quarterfinals, in beating the Belgians. Here they are. And the Spanish have been a slow burner, haven't they? They looked not great in the first couple of games. Couldn't really convert any of the chances they had. Then all of a sudden they scored 10 goals in 2 games and managed to win through on penalties against the Swiss. Less convincing, but it's a one-off matchup here at Wembley to get to the finals. And it's Italy versus Spain. Let me know you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly. We will say some hellos in the comments and get into all your views, get your predictions in. By the way, the Twitter poll I put up earlier today, heavily favouring Italy in this one. And I'm not talking about 60-40, I'm talking about 80-20. So if that's a sample, it's my Twitter followers or people who see my tweets very heavily on Italy tonight. So we'll see. It's been a tournament of surprises, though, at times, hasn't it? Especially with that group of death all being done before the quarterfinals, weren't they? Incredible stuff. Right. I can see the comments are filling up. Guys, we've got some super chats. Chris, we'll do these first. I'll drink to all of you. Chris, you legend. Chris supports over on the Patreon as well, top bloke. And hey, after the announcements, I might be able to get to meet nice people like Chris now. Thanks for the top draw Euro coverage, Ben. You are very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Peanuts, not the first super chat from him too. Thank you very much. Peanuts, 99 euros. And Mr. Radio Floyd, same with him. Your support, absolutely fantastic. Guys, thank you very, very much for them there. Super chats, very, very kind. Shall we, having clicked on those, should we get into the team news? Let's head over to SofaScore. And we've got more and more familiar with all the teams through the tournaments. And teams change and teams evolve through the tournament. And there's a couple of players here now in both sides that weren't there at the start of the tournament. But in the main, quite consistent, both countries in terms of shape and selection. It's only been mild tweaks as they've gone through. In goal for the Italians, Donnarumma of Milan. He's been great. Di Lorenzo of Napoli at right back. And then the fantastic aging defending lovers, Bonucci and Chiellini. They don't love each other. They probably do love each other. They do love defending, though, of Juve, those two, 34 and 36. But, yeah, they are pretty formidable, those two. Now, here's the big loss for the Italians. Look at left back there, Emerson of Chelsea, who's no poor footballer, but so much of what had impressed us about Italy had come between the link-up of Spinazzola and Insigne down the left-hand side, hadn't it? They've been tremendous. One going narrow, one going wide. Verratti, we'll speak about his progression in the tournament, getting in there to join in. So let's see if that unbalances them. And Spinazzola, who was a star in this tournament, how will his absence weaken the Italians? We'll find out very, very shortly. In the midfield, Jorginho's had a good tournament. Another Chelsea player sits in front and keeps that play moving. And he can do so mainly because of the two guys he's got either side of him. Barella of Inter to his right, and Verratti, who didn't start the tournament. Locatelli did, Verratti of PSG, but Verratti's been really good. And another part of, those link-ups down that left-hand side, although in the main, he'll be coming inside and driving towards the front. A tremendous player. Speaking of tremendous players, I'm just seeing on the screen Chiellini and Busquets. Wow. What a couple of players they've been. And they're all smiles and hugs in the tunnel there. Up top for the Italians, Immobile, who I think's got 3, but the goals have dried up in the knockout phases, I believe I'm right in saying. He plays down the middle. Insigne's been really good all tournament. He's down the left, but his mate Spinazzola is not going to be bombing up and down, outside, inside, past, and backing him up today. And Federico Chiesa is another one, like Verratti, who didn't start the tournament in the first team, but has worked his way in over Berardi down the right wing. So we get that in a lot of tournaments, don't we, where, as we always say, the team that starts the tournament is not the team that finishes the tournament. Let me know what you think of that Italian team. Who are your ones to watch? And how will they miss Spinazzola in terms of their balance and that thrust down that side? Let's have a look at the bench for the Italians. Mere, Siriu, Toloi, Acerbi, Florenzi, Bastoni, Cristante, Locatelli, Berardi, Bernardeschi, Pessina, and Bellotti on the bench for the Italians. Get your comments in on that team and your ones to watch. For the Spaniards, who, as I said, for the first 2 games were actually quite irritating to watch because they passed the ball to death, but didn't appear to be finishing off the chances and recording lots of shots and high XG, but the goals didn't come until the 3rd game, did they? And then they came in spades for the next 2. Simon in goal for the Spaniards, who was very good in the shootout, wasn't he, against the Swiss? Had a very good shootout there. Alba down the left of Barca. Laporte of Manchester City and Garcia of Barca are the centre halves, with Azpilicueta of Chelsea at right back. The great Busquets, I won't say sat in front of the back 4 because he will rotate and move around, but hey, that's his position in the formation on a piece of paper. Pedri to his left, another Barca player. Koke of Atletico. And now, very interestingly, up top, and we'll find out whether this is right. SofaScore have got Oyarzabal starting in the number 9 position. So there's been criticism of Morata, criticism of Moreno. Neither of them start tonight. Oyarzabal, as I understand, that's pretty much 3 wingers up front there. Anyone more knowledgeable on Spanish football, feel free to correct me. But from what I've seen in the tournament, there's no number 9 in that 11 there. They're all wide men by trade. Olmo down the left-hand side of Leipzig, and Torres, who I think's been in fits and starts pretty good in this tournament, looked pretty dangerous, of Manchester City. Let me know what you think about that Spanish team. Who are you ones to watch? And what about no Morata and no Moreno as well? Yes, they have been missing chances, but they know the role, don't they? And the goals have still been flowing in spite of that. There's the bench for the Spanish. Sanchez, De Gea, Llorente, Torres, Gaia, Rodri, Ruiz, Llorente, Thiago, and there are Morata, Moreno, and Traore, who doesn't seem to have been particularly unleashed yet in this tournament. We enjoy him being unleashed in the Premier League. We'll go to your comments in just a second on all of that, and start putting your predictions in the comments as we go to one of the always exciting bits, the Italian national anthem. And these boys really get themselves hyped up. It's great It's great to see, isn't it? When they finish this anthem, keep your eyes on the last note, and they're all going to be belting it out. Look at Bonucci there, brilliant stuff. Oh, to be fair, they're belting it out to a man. Brilliant stuff. Some passion from the Italians. You know, you'll always get some passion from the Italians. Please hit like on the stream, whichever platform you're watching on: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube in the main. Let's give you a live subscriber number before we go to your comments, guys. Please, the growth has been fantastic during the Euros. We're up to 17,775 subscribers. It would be magnificent to get to 18,000 by the end of the Euro. So please hit subscribe. I'm sure we'll be close, even if we don't make it. So thank you, everybody. And of course, we've already seen some. You can support via Super Chat and Super Sticker at any point during the show. Okay, let's get to some. We've got a ton of predictions here. 2-0 Italy, 2-1 Spain, 2-2, 3-2 Italy after extra time, 3-2. Here comes the end of the national anthem. Brilliant stuff. They probably get themselves hyped up there, don't they? 2-0 Italy, 3-1 Italy, 2-1 Spain, 2-0 Italy, 3-1 Italy, 1-1, 2-1. Any more comments in there? I won't scroll up. Let me know. Just give me a one to watch for each side. Give me one Italian player and one Spanish player. I'm always excited to watch Insigne, the number 10 on the left wing. Verratti as well at number 6. Excellent player for the Italians. I would have said Spinazzola, but he's not here. For the Spanish, obviously, Busquets is always a pleasure over the years. Pedri looks like the young pretender, although not quite a sitting deep line playmaker like Busquets. And I have enjoyed Ferran Torres of Manchester City. Chiellini and Busquets, all smiles as ever. The match officials, it's referee Brick again from Germany. Tonight, the officials have done a fine job, and there are a lot of people inside Wembley Stadium. Remember the Prime Minister announcing, fingers crossed, that July the 19th, we might be remotely heading towards our normal lives once again. Really quickly, let's bang through the teams one more time for you guys before we start this one and get into the action. Donnarumma in goal for Italy. Di Lorenzo, Bonucci, Chiellini and Emerson. In the midfield, Verratti, Jorginho, Barella. Up top, Immobile, flanked by Chiesa and Insigne. And for the Spanish, Simon, Alba, Laporte, Garcia, Azpilicueta, Pedri, Busquets, Koke. And interestingly, oh, look, we've got the fun car bringing the ball onto the pitch. Referee Brick seems to completely no-sell it and think it's ridiculous like the rest of it. Torres, Oyarzabal and Olmo. We'll find out exactly who's playing where in that front three when the action kicks off. It is Italy versus Spain. We'll try not to spend the whole stream talking about England, but the winner of this game gets to the European Championship finals, where they will face either England or Denmark, who, of course, we will be watching along tomorrow night. Sergio Busquets will have good memories of this stadium. Won a European Cup here, didn't he? And beat Sir Alex Ferguson into the bargain. We have kicked off. We are 22 seconds in. I'll give you a proper time sync, hopefully on the 1 minute mark. Cheers, everybody. Let's enjoy the game. Verratti there has gone through the back of Olmo, penalised for a foul. Referee Brick's just trying to calm everything down. Doesn't want to get his yellow card out in the first 30 seconds of this one. Garcia to Laporte. Here comes your timestamp on 1 minute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, sync. There we go. Get yourselves lined up. Enjoy the action at the same time. And for those of you that are interested, I know a few of you Patreons will be, we now, in the Benjamin Bloom office, have double screens here. I'll put a photo of it on social media somewhere. But we are now able to do 2 games at once, which is very, very exciting. Down a TV feed as well. So no delay. All sorted beautifully here. Let's hope this game lives up to its potential. Me too. Couple of 4-3-3s, teams that like to move the ball. The Italians maybe with a little bit more intensity. Cheers, you lot. Well done. Yeah. Enjoy a drink because it's going to be less stressful tonight than it will be tomorrow night as we do England. Anyway, stop me if I keep banging on about England where we're doing this game. We're in the feeling out period here in the first 2 minutes of this one. Bonucci plays that out to Di Lorenzo right back for the Italians. I think Bonucci got caught actually. And the game's very, very stop-start so far. Bonucci got caught there. Fine margins, these ones, aren't they? Semi-finals. Goodness me. Great to see the stadium far more full, you have to say. And I hope everyone's safe and well and okay afterwards. Lovely chest off by Insigne to Immobile. Plays it out left. Emerson knocks it down the line. They are in behind the Italians. It's going to be a chance early on. Barella goes around the keeper. He hits the shot into the far corner. Hits the post. Oh, and eventually the flag goes up. Barella went through there. And he was miles offside. But of course, we get a little bit of excitement, don't we? Because we keep going. His shot actually takes a deflection. Hits the post, but all the Spanish players seem to know that the offside flag was going to go up. Hey, it's a little bit of fun in the meantime, isn't it? All quarterfinals won by teams wearing white shirts. Well, if that continues, Mr. E, that's good news for the Spanish tonight in white. The ball is back with Laporte, and the Italians are just getting their press going now. And they're not going to sit there and let the Spanish just ping that ball about across the back, are they? Teams that play either a mid-low block or don't press the Spanish have conceded a lot of possession in these games. It's fed through, and the offside flag is up again. This time against Immobile. Just running off the back of Laporte. He sticks the thumb up. You would say the Italians are edging it now, but look, we are talking edging it, aren't we? As not a lot happened so far in the first 4 minutes and 45 seconds of this one. In terms of that Spanish attacking shape, it does look more like Auzathoth's down the right-hand side, and it's Olmo who's playing in the number 9 position. Here comes Ferran Torres, tries to play it into Olmo. So, yeah, assume that from what we were shown in the pictures from SofaScore, where Auzathoth was central. Excuse me. Switch him over. Olmo of Leipzig playing down the middle. And, I mean, is it just trying to get Luis Enrique trying to get pace up against Bonucci and Chiellini? I don't know. What do you think? Will it work? Can they spin those two brilliant aging Italian central defenders? Pedri plays it out. Spanish getting some possession for the first time. Alba up the left-hand side. They've worked it back in to centre-half. And Garcia into Pedri. Again, nice ball through the lines, and it's out onto the left wing. Jordi Alba forward again, looking for Ferran Torres. And the Italians trying to get out with Chiesa. But the Spanish, as they've done through much of the tournament, keeping the ball. So, yeah, at the moment, Torres is front left for the Italians, Olmo central, or Yatabal down the right. They will swap wings, those two outside players, won't they? But we will we'll keep an eye on that one and see how and when they're going to rotate that. Weak goal kick from Simon. As Piliqueta's hemmed in the right back area, Verratti slides in. He gets something on the ball and it's hoiked up in the air. Surely that's gone out for a throw for the Italians. Emerson takes the throw from the left. Back heel, volley back heel by Insigne, but strong from... it was Laporte. Was it? Or Yatabal chasing all the way back there? Leave it off the ball. It was Auzathoth. Yeah. I thought I had my numbers wrong then. What's he doing all the way back there? As Piliqueta, Spanish building up some possession now. 58-42 on that number. No attempts on goal in this one yet. The sizing up continues, and you would now say the Spanish are edging it, wouldn't you? Well, I'll say I'm saying that. Put words in anyone else's mouth. Other opinions are welcome. Here comes Laporte. Olmo does well there, spins and knocks it out to Auzathoth. As Piliqueta overlaps him. Inside is Busquets, Pedri. Jordi Alba arriving, crosses in low, not a good cross. And Bonucci, as you can imagine, could see everything and just strides out and gets that one cleared. Here's Busquets again. It's good from the Spanish. Koke. And Garcia steps over halfway. 8:48 on the clock. Spain the better side. Currently no attempts on goal. Slid through the lines. Here's Koke down the right. Back in to Di Lorenzo. Joshua thinks this game might be more evenly matched than many people think. Well, according to my Twitter, it's not going to be evenly matched. 80% had Italy winning. Here is Busquets again on the left. Keeps the ball, as he's done all his career. A slide in there from, I think, Barella, was it? Everyone's up and okay. And now here's Koke. Koke plays it outright. Auzathoth in the box. There was 3 arriving. Auzathoth cut inside into the traffic there. And the cross was cleared. The most advanced anybody has been so far in the game. Laporte. And it goes wide to Azpilicueta, who drives down the line. Auzathoth outside of him. They've done well in previous games, Spain, getting those front players really, really wide, haven't they? Making the pitch big. They're trying to do that right now, which opens up the spaces for those advanced central midfielders. Here is Torres down the right, and they just keep in the ball. You know when they go down the sides, though, they ain't going to cross it in the box, are they? Here's Azpilicueta. Knocks it inside, and the Italians will be able to push everybody up 5-10 metres now. Big switch of play. Nice chest down by Auzathoth. Spain having all of the ball now, probably for the last 6, 7 minutes, I'd say. Busquets, Azpilicueta, Auzathoth. Nice little one inside. Olmo, good turn. Jorginho nicks at his heels. Pedri, they've worked it out to the left. There's no overload. Tried to sneak in there behind Di Lorenzo. And in the end, they concede the throw-in. This Spanish side would be class if they had a good striker. I remember him winning a couple of trophies without. I suppose they still had Torres and Villa, but they won one with Fabregas up front, didn't they? Goodness me. Spain possession v Italy press. Yeah, it seems to be more Spain possession than Italy press at the moment, doesn't it? I'm sure the pattern will change. Although here come the Spanish again. Oh, slid through. Auzathoth. Was he onside there? He had a really bad touch. I didn't see whether the flag went up. If he controlled that, he was in. Probably 8 yards from goal. There, I need to see a replay of that. But Auzathoth couldn't quite take it in his stride there. Goodness me. Still wait for a replay. Here's Koke. Garcia, Busquets, Azpilicueta, all Spain. All Spain since about minute 6 or 7 now, hasn't it? Looking good. But chances need to be created, probably in quite high proportion, given what Spain's finishing's been like. I think they need to be big chances, don't they? Here is Koke. Laporte. Outside, inside, Pedri, Busquets. Nice turn by Olmo again. Olmo gets the bounce, but Bonucci, of course, is going to sweep that up. Olmo thinks he should have won a corner. I'm not so sure about that. Leeds 2021 on Firpo. Let me do some research, and I will do. Oh no, he's onside, isn't he? Oh, so if Auzathoth can take that in his stride, that would have been the first. Well, you would think he would have scored. You just couldn't kind of have a soft left foot and just roll in behind there. Here is Chiellini back to Donnarumma. Yeah, I think we're only going to see Traore, Alex. I think that's the Hail Mary, isn't it? If they're behind with not long to go in terms of Traore just doesn't really fit this kind of slow, patient, keep the ball moving type thing, does he? But I'm sure we'll see him if they're in grave need at any point. Here's Torres. Oh, lovely feet by Torres. Hits the shot low, wide. Beautiful bit of skill by Torres in the first instance. He apologises to the players outside of him. But have a look at this nice gifable moment from Torres. It's Jorginho. Yeah, just mugs him off there, doesn't he? Totally drags the shot wide. Yeah, relax tonight. Absolutely stress tomorrow. And welcome, Helen. Not sure when we'll go with the video on that Leeds 2021. We'll figure it out. He's on my screen at the moment, actually on the second screen, Firpo. But we'll do a Dilly Departed update. Excited to read and talk about that new Leeds left back. Feels like they literally haven't had left back in all the time Bielsa's been there. No one ever really nailed down that position, and Stuart Dallas was so good deputising. Here come the Spanish. Torres down the left, 1v1 Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo stands him up. Pedri to Torres. Back inside, excuse me, it was Jordi Alba. But Torres just overhits it. Spain looking good. 77% on the possession now, and it really has been a full 10, 11 minutes, hasn't it, of Spain just moving the ball, purring. There you go, as Dave says. Impressed by the Spanish build-up so far. Yeah, well put, though, because I've been impressed by the Spanish build-up for most of the tournament, but there have been games where they just haven't looked like scoring, have they? Particularly those first two. And then they missed a couple of penalties as well, didn't they? All about the Spanish shooting boots. Yeah, I know what you mean. You would think if they do give away a big chance to the Italians, that the Italians would have the skills to take it. Busquets, clear pull back there. Will he get a yellow card for that, I wonder? Very much a professional foul, a clever one. Barella robbed the ball off him. Yeah, Barella got a little bit lucky, actually, but later in the game, that's 100% a yellow card, isn't it, on Busquets? But he's so elegant, he makes even fouls look look plausible, doesn't he? Barella's right. He's saying to the ref, look, he's pulling on my shirt. That's pretty much normally a yellow card, isn't it? But it should make a difference, but later in the game. Mancini's thinking, what would Gareth do? I hope that's the case. Free kick to the Italians then, and this is going in the box. Chiellini is up. Spain are holding a prodigiously high line here. Insigne clips it over the top. It's the right idea, wasn't it? Out comes Simon and grabs it. Yeah, proper high line there. If they'd have gone short with the free kick there, there would have been a big space to cross that into. There you go. Olmo switches the play out left. Here's Torres against Di Lorenzo. Comes inside. His cross takes a deflection. Corner for the Spanish. End to end here. Good stuff. The Italians, I mean, registering a little bit of territory there, but let's be quite frank about it. It was just Barella robbing Busquets and just winning a free kick, wasn't it? They've still not really had a great deal of the ball. 74-26 on the possession. And a corner to the Spaniards. Famous last words here. You'd think set plays would be the Italians' domain here. So we'll see what happens with a Spanish attacking set play. And it goes left-footed. It's headed out at the near post. Pedri jogs back. Chiesa chases after him. Pedri's had the back pass cut off by Insigne, but Garcia gives him the option. This one knocked down the line. Has it just started thundering in Bedfordshire? Sorry, I've got my blinds closed. Of course it has. Ridiculous. Spain, the better team so far, considering they're playing with no strikers. Agree, and agree with the with that possibly becoming an issue, but plenty of goals in the tournament. If that's the measure of how good you are attacking, of course it's in a very binary way it is, but we all know there's more nuance than that. Here is Auzathoth. Oh, nice feed through to Olmo. Well played, Olmo. But brilliant from Verratti. That's just a great bit of play by Verratti there, who you sometimes see this from midfielders. They did all of the parts you want from midfielders in one go there. Bit of screening, wins a tackle, bit of physicality, drives away, beats the man, and then gets fouled. The only thing he was missing was a pass, and he did everything you'd want from a central midfielder in one action there. Verratti. Spain bringing the thunder, and here comes Emerson. Oh, keeper's out. It's an open goal. Immobile controls. It's laid to the edge of the box. Barella. Oh, and they couldn't get the shot off at any point. It needed a first-time shot, and Verratti again has gone through his man there. He's got to be careful with his slide tackling here. But the Italians nearly getting in there. I mean, frankly, they do get in. Immobile just took about half a second too long to release that to Barella. As Piliqueta throws himself in the way, and then Busquets manages to take the ball off him. But the best opening now so far for the Italians. 21 minutes gone. Here is Pedri, or not quite, just gets it nicked off him. What a scrap. It was in the end, wasn't it? Well defended by the Spain defence. In the end, yeah, they're on the back foot though, weren't they? Initially just getting caught out down their right-hand side, the Italian left. You wonder what Spinazzola would have made of that chance. Although we don't want to fall into that trap of assuming that one player will do everything correctly and the other won't. Doesn't work that way, does it? Garcia knocks it back to Simon as we come up to the halfway point in this first half. The Italians just having their sort of first little rally after a good 10 to 15 minutes from the Spaniards. Chiellini, bit of a heavy touch there, but he still manages to knock it into Jorginho. Chiellini's got it back from Emerson, and out it goes to Bonucci. Switches it back out to Emerson. And inside to Verratti, Emerson. Italians just completing a few passes, getting a bit of possession. I say that until Chiellini tries a big switch of play and completely overhits it, and out it goes. Adrian, Spain looking good. Where has this sort of performance been early in the tournament? Anyone fancy some penalties tonight, Josh? Josh, if there's a choice between tonight and tomorrow, we'll take them tonight. Yes, please. Insigne. Oh, he tries to play Immobile in. It hits Immobile's heel as he spins to run in behind. Spain have got it back. Busquets. Azpilicueta. 70-30 on the possession in favour of the Spanish. But it's by no means a squash, this game so far. And in terms of chances, precious little in it. There's been openings without chances. The Italians have literally 0.00 on their XG, the Spanish 0.05. So some openings have been created, but no shots really attempted. Here's Azpilicueta. Auzathoth. Inside it goes. Little nudge in the back on Busquets. Went down easily, perhaps. And here is Pedri. Nice little floaty switch of play. Oh, volleyed inside by Alba. Torres, Olmo. Spectacular back heel to try and play Torres back in. And it's all the way through to Donnarumma. And those two lads at the back, Bonucci and Chiellini, really know how to defend, don't they? Donnarumma clears, not a good one. Straight to Busquets. Oh, Busquets, nice little poke through the lines. Pedri, inside, it's gone loose. The shot's blocked. Oh, my, good save. Oh, best chance of the game by a mile there. It opened up for Olmo just briefly. It's a good save by Donnarumma to his right-hand side. We'll take another look at that. Best chance of the game. First real chance of the game in itself there. And Olmo, I think we might need to give the credit there to the keeper. Sometimes it's very easy to go down, should have scored, but I think that was a really good save. I haven't seen the replay, so I'll plead the fifth until I've seen the replay. And out it goes. Come on, BBC. Let's have a look. So it's a poor kick by Donnarumma, which does put the Italian defence deeper than they would otherwise be. It breaks then. The first shot's blocked. It's a good save. Yeah, very good chance, though. The first big chance of the game is missed. And the Spaniards have a habit of missing those in this tournament, don't they? Good save, great save. Great save, good save. There we go. Well played, keeper. We'll get a really good look now. He's not quite put it in the corner. I know I'm being critical there. Not quite put it in the corner, did he? There's pressure on him. Danny Murphy says should have scored. I can understand that. I can. It's very easy to land at that conclusion. I'm sure the XG will say he should have scored, but hey ho, he didn't. 26:33 on the clock. Italy 0, Spain 0. Best chance of the game falls to the Spaniards. Olmo denied by Donnarumma. Here is Garcia. Olmo again, edge of the box. Down he goes. Nothing doing. Almost stays down. Referee Brick, not interested. Chiellini walks away. Didn't look like a hatchet job to me. And all the way through it goes to Simon. Here is Pedri carrying the ball forward for the Spaniards. Foul there on the left-hand side. Di Lorenzo is penalised. He's clipped Torres. Free kick to the Spaniards, but they've knocked it back into the centre halves. Big kick forward by Simon, and Chiellini heads that one home. Good game, as Brucey would have said. Nicely poised, this one, isn't it? 0-0, 28 gone. Euro 2020 semi-final, number 1. Chiellini tries that switch of play again, pulls it off this time. Chiesa. This one knocked in behind, and Simon comes out of his box initially and then can track that back in and come and pick it up. And there's a foul on, I think it's Torres on the left-hand side. I was just thinking then how quiet look, I know the possession's been heavily in Spain's favour, but Insigne we've barely mentioned, have we? Who's such a good creative player. Insigne and Chiesa have been kept very quiet on those wings for the Italians. Slid up the line. And Alba knocks it forward into the channel. Actually, Pedri's going to get there first. But Chiellini prods it away from him, and it does go out for a throw-in. Are the Italians preparing a substitute here? It looks like it, actually. Looks like we might have an injury issue for the Italians. The camera's just gone on to Chiesa. So I'm guessing that was Berardi warming up. Interesting. Does he have a knock? Chiesa doesn't look hurt as he powers down the line. But Alba manages to use his pace and get in ahead of him. A big switch of play there, and Ferran Torres has been penalised. So are we getting a sub from the Italians within half hour? Shove in the back from Torres there, rightly punished, and a free kick given. Nice mention for Georgie Hadji there. Always a good name to hear, isn't it, eh? His son plays for the Romanians now, doesn't he? The ball's worked back to Donnarumma. Spain into a fairly engaged press there. It's worked up the line. Thought Laporte might have fouled Immobile there, but a perfectly legal slide tackle. Oh, God, those vuvuzelas. Were you ever in close proximity to one of those when they were being played? Oh, now here's Olmo in the inside right position. Auzathoth's open outside, and that's really poor from Olmo. There's a little slip ball in ahead of Auzathoth, which he doesn't elect to play, and instead hits a really low percentage shot from way out, and he's definitely hit about row M with that one, hasn't he? Really poor from Olmo there. Should have slipped that through. For Auzathoth down the right-hand side, shouldn't he? Italy 0, Spain 0. Big one forward, chased by Laporte. Jagielka and Stearman into Derby. Will they be able to cut it next season? Stearman, definitely. Yeah. Jagielka, I mean, look, if you play with your brain and not with your lungs and your legs at that age, then it should be okay, shouldn't they? But certainly, possibly the type of deals Derby are going to have to be doing next season. Thrown in from the right for the Italians. Busquets knocks it back to Alba. Olmo goes down, no foul given. And Verratti plays into Chiellini. And the Italians can build up some possession. Nice by Chiellini. Here's Insigne now. He's been so quiet. Insigne, Immobile. Back to Insigne. Oh, he couldn't quite take it in his stride. Insigne, nice turn, but good defending by Azpilicueta. Just stands him up, bumps him off the ball and lets it roll out. We just haven't seen him on the ball at all, Insigne, have we? But he gets on it there. And we've seen this move so much. He fires it into Immobile and then just runs, well, either straight past him or wide of him or inside him. If that ball's in his stride, then Italy would probably be celebrating a goal just about now, wouldn't they? Insigne, Emerson, Chiellini, Bonucci. Oh, nice feed through. Insigne dummies it, but Immobile was offside and the flag goes up. Italy sneaking into it now. Agreed. Italy reverting to type. Just come into it a bit more. I think that ball's gone out of play over by the technical boxes. Look, Chiesa looks fine. We wondered whether there'd be a substitute coming a few minutes back. Oh, beg your pardon. Okay, it's a free kick to Spain. I think that was the complaint. The soft one, possibly. Di Lorenzo on Torres. Olmo. Koke. And it goes to Azpilicueta. A little dummy by Auzathoth. Koke comes inside. Busquets. Azpilicueta. Spain keep the ball. Up the line it goes. Back inside to Pedri. Lots of possession still for the Spanish. Down to 66 now. We did have 77% at one point, didn't we, in favour of the Spanish. Italians don't look too uncomfortable at this juncture without the ball. And Spain haven't cut them to ribbons, despite all of that possession. Oh, nice little ball inside by Insigne. Now, Emerson's come narrow. I've got man over actually on the right-hand side. Emerson's driven all the way through. Is there a foul by Busquets? No. And can Spain counter here? Pedri, Torres. And it goes all the way back to Simon. It's almost like they didn't want to go on the counter there, Spain, that they prefer to build up their play in that methodical way that they do. Garcia. Azpilicueta. Olmo comes deep but drives forward. He's done a lot of good stuff, Olmo, but his finishing has obviously got our ire during this half, hasn't he? He had the best chance of the game, and also that opening where he could have slid Auzathoth in. He didn't. Busquets, 37-20 on the clock. Backheeled up the line. Bonucci clears. Barcelona, $1 billion in debt, can't register their new signings. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? Is that there's some kind of salary cap or some business there in Spain? Am I right in saying that? I must admit, I don't know too much about the situation there, but I'd heard it doing the rounds today. Yes, Italy with an XG of 0 at the moment. Unless you're going to rely on an own goal, you're not going to win a game like that, or penalties, hey? Interesting one there, Busquets on Emerson, because it was a stand on the foot foul, and pretty consistently through the tournament, stand on the foot has been a foul, hasn't it? Ho-hum. We won't get into that rabbit hole. Busquets, hospital ball there. Laporte does really well in the 50-50 against Barella. Busquets tries a drag back and back heel, gives it away. And here comes Immobile out to Insigne, who also gives it away. Two of the star players there, Busquets and Insigne, giving the ball away in quick succession each. Pedri, nice little slip. Alba, out it goes. Auzathoth. It's appalling finishing. The build-up, again, really good from the Spanish. Auzathoth could have just taken the pace off that and stroked that across the box for one of the runners. But he hits a left foot shot first time. And, I mean, I'm kind of caught between the two extremes here with the Spanish. It's like they spend a lot of time building up, but then they take on quite low percentage shots as well, which kind of flies in the face of spending ages. If you're going to take that shot from out on the angle and try and bend it in the top corner, you don't need 12 passes to build up to that, do you? If you're going to have all of this possession, you want to make big chances, don't you? But just a couple of shot choices from the Spaniards, not the smartest. There's one loaded in behind. The offside flag didn't go up there. I expected it to. Simon comes and gets it clear. Busquets fouled. Barella's giving it one of those. I think it was a foul though, wasn't it? Here's a replay. Yeah, he catches his standing leg there, doesn't he? The calf. And the Italians are properly getting in the ref's head now, aren't they? Every decision. I know lots of teams do it, but fine margins in these games, isn't it? Fine margins. Here is Azpilicueta. Sorry, it's Garcia, wasn't it? Gives it away. Chiellini knocks it down the throat of Insigne, who does well. Just knocks it off to Emerson. Back to Chiellini. Spain very deep all of a sudden. Chiellini, who's a better passer than you give credit for. John Terry syndrome there. John Terry was so good at head it, kick it, defending, you forgot that he could really ping the ball with both feet and particularly left-footed, he was quality at passing it through into the central midfield, wasn't he? It's going to be a free kick to the Spanish link. Immobile has been penalised. Seems to be a ball over the top for Italy if they can find it. Agreed. Yeah. The channels are on, particularly Chiesa's side, I think. I don't really see Insigne as a runner in behind Wenlock. But Chiesa, I think, Insigne always wants to knock it in and join in the play, doesn't he? But yeah, I agree, actually. Here's Auzathoth down the right. Knocks it inside. Pedri. Azpilicueta, Garcia, Laporte. Pedri, lovely knockoff. Here's Olmo. And again, let down at the back end of the attack. Pedri's looking quite good, the youngster in central midfield. He's getting involved as the number 8, the sort of link between the midfield and the, I was going to say the strikers. They don't have any. 18 years old, Pedri. Wow. As I always say, I couldn't tie my shoelaces when I was 18. That's a joke, by the way. I could tie my shoelaces, but obviously saying that to illustrate a point that the guy's very young. Donnarumma has it at the back. 43 gone. A beautifully poised first half, this one. Emerson is fouled, surely, by Koke. Free kick, Italy. It's going to be tight. And what's our normal list, guys? Set play, refereeing decision, some kind of a great goal, a long-range shot or something, a substitution, fine margins, any of that type of thing. And just for balance in my commentary here, Koke was in the referee's ear then when he clearly failed his man. So everybody's at it. It's fine margins. We're playing for a major international final here. So you don't blame the players for trying to get what they can. Here's Chiesa. Jorginho. Good closing down from the Spaniards. Switch of play. Here's Insigne coming in off the left. He's got Emerson with him. Insigne knocks it outside to Emerson. Oh, and Emerson hits the shot. I think that might have hit the crossbar. Emerson saying the keeper touched it. Let's have a look. Big switch of play. Do you know what? I think that would have got disallowed if it had gone in. I think Insigne would have been given offside by about 4 centimetres in the first instance. Poor defensive line. And yes, he does indeed hit the bar. I think VAR would have scrubbed that, wouldn't they? But close call nonetheless. A lovely back heel there by Auzathoth. And half-time stops that attack. No stoppage time. And a very, very tight first half is over. A lot of the Spanish players, of course, because they were attacking, are saying, why didn't you play any stoppage time, Mr. Brick there? But it is Italy 0, Spain 0. Get your comments in on the first half. A lot of sussing out, beautifully poised. As a competition, a really good watch. If you want free-flowing stuff and lots of goals, well, don't watch a semi-final for a start. But none of that, but beautifully poised, this one. Let's have a look at some numbers, and then we'll get your thoughts on it down there in the chat. So the first most glaring thing to look at right up at the top is Italy's XG. Look at that, 0.06. Spain with 0.5. So, in short, Italy have not created anything. And, of course, that doesn't make Spain either a good defensive team or even a defensive team. That just means they've had so much of the ball that Italy, and particularly Insigne on the left, who we really have enjoyed watching, just isn't a threat at all. 5 shots to 1 in favour of the Spaniards. None on target for the Italians. 1 on target for the Spaniards, and a big chance for Olmo particularly. And I think without labouring the point and beating up on the Spanish attacking acumen, shot choice has been pretty poor. And in that one instant with Olmo, finishing hasn't been great either. But that's a narrative that is easy for me to go to, but has been there throughout the tournament, hasn't it? 1 corner to 0 for the Spaniards. 2 big chances to 0 there for the Spaniards as well. And, of course, the possession heavily in their favour. Look at the attack momentum graph, and there's not a lot there for the Italians. But, look, there's always 2 sides to it. There's the metrics, the numbers, and there's the eye test. And you don't have Spain as completely dominant in this game. Yes, they've dominated the possession, but look, it's 0-0. And Italy, as was mentioned in the chat, have got the quick pass over the top on. It would be easy for me to say they're missing Spinazzola, but they haven't had any possession. So whether their star left back, who's been a really good attacker, is playing or not, they've just not had a lot of the ball, only 34%. So that may be a moot point. Should we have a look at some of your comments here? Alex, Italy slightly more negative than I was expecting, but pretty much going how I thought it would. I think you need to give some credit to Spain, who just keep the ball for fun, don't they? Joe would expect possible formation change from the Italians. I mean, the one thing that teams normally do in this instance, Joe, is they try and load up the central midfield, don't they? They've already got 3 central midfielders on, so I don't know whether you're sort of talking about a 3 at the back and then trying to get, a big row across midfield there and keeping the ball. But yeah, we may see it indeed. Until Italy gets their through ball, it'll be 0-0. Well, maybe absolutely diabolical. Wouldn't be fair, being they've scored 5 twice. But yes, the couple of openings they've had in the game, they haven't covered themselves in glory. Liam, haven't they? What else are we saying here? Sorry, let me just put my thing up here. Have your say in the comment. Share your knowledge. Drive the debate. I'll read the best ones. What else are we saying here? Italy started well, David. Spain came right into it. Very dangerous concerns for the Italians. We're into crystal ball time now, aren't we? Because there is an argument, of course, from what we've seen in the Italians in the tournament, that they will be better in the second half, and Spain don't have the lead. So, well, we don't know. We are really looking into the crystal ball now. I think Italy will start dominating this second half. Spanish huffed and puffed. That kind of goes into my point, doesn't it? That will it be any worse for the Italians? I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm not saying they're playing badly, but will they be in the game as little as they were in the first half in the second half? We will figure it out. Right. I'm going to take my 2-minute break. Keep your comments coming in on the first half. Anything else you want to talk about, we can freestyle, and any questions, we can do some championship stuff as well if you want. I will be back in 2 minutes. So fill up that chat, and why don't you hit like on the stream if you haven't already. You can do that over a little 2-minute break. I will return, but until I do, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/BenjaminBloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. It is Italy 0, Spain 0 in the first of our 2 Euro 2020 semi-finals. What you'd expect from a semi-final. Tight, not many chances so far. Spain probably edging it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Before we get back to the action, let's go to some questions. What are we saying here in the chat? How much do I think the Italians are missing their left back? Not as much as if they were actually having some possession. But then you don't know. Are they having less possession because he's not there and he's a good outball? Such a difficult one to answer. Probably less so than against other opponents, but of course he's possibly the best player, or certainly the best performer in the tournament. So they probably are, but we'll never know, will we? Unless there's a parallel universe where the game exists with him playing in. Chris, high quality match. Italy unable to press Spain out of dominating possession. This is a worry if England do have to play the Spanish and being passed to death, but there we go. Both teams have big threats. Anyway, I'm not going to make it all about England. Nothing much in the final third from Spain, despite good stuff getting there. Italy look as dangerous, potentially. Yeah, agree with all of that. Chris, whoever wins gets an extra day's rest. I've got Doom to sling now and again. Well, there you go. Italy struggled against the Austrians, but found a way to beat them. Could be the same here against the Spanish. It was the subs, David, wasn't it, that took the Austrians down? But remember, one of those, Chiesa, is already on the pitch. Who else did they bring in? Locatelli as well. Talk about Elise to Palace. They have activated the release clause of 8 million. Please. What else are we saying in the chat here? Pedri has a bit of Kevin Beatty about it. Stop it. Mention for Beatty. Hamza. I'd like to see them go all the way to penalties, then miss 200 penalties in a row to tire them and kill their confidence. We will see. Crystal Palace apparently trying to sign Elise from Reading. They've just got Patrick Vieira in there at Palace, haven't they? But yes, we thought someone would be in for Elise at some point very, very soon. Funny seeing the remote control ball. We haven't seen it since the opening game, have we? Tremendous. As an England fan, who would people fear more? Do you know what? I'm not even in that mode, Callum. I don't think a one-off game against either will be tricky. And no, they've both got the strengths, haven't they? We know these teams now. The Spanish will keep the ball all day long and possibly pass you to death. And if England were to get through, you'd think they wouldn't be hitting 50% possession against Spain, would they? And then the Italians, that intensity. And, well, we'll see if they've got the killer instinct and the cutting edge. But they are not creating a lot yet. But we will find out as we go in the second half. Keep your comments coming in, guys. We can do any more questions as we go. We just do a couple of little plugs here. We've had quite a few sign-ups on Patreon the last few days. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Dane, the latest to sign up earlier on Patreon. Patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Absolute godsend, you guys. Thank you for your monthly support. I haven't had a job since last June, and we've been doing this, and I couldn't have done it without you. And we have a new arrival coming very, very soon, and the Patreon is a godsend. So thank you, all you lot over on Patreon. And, of course, on social media, I'm on Instagram and Twitter and all of that good stuff. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter is the main one. But trying to, even if it's just me walking the dogs, trying to put some pictures on Instagram. One more, www.benjaminbloommerch.store to grab some merchandise. A great way to support and represent our growing community. T-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, mugs available. There you go. Go and grab some merchandise if you want. And we're trying to get to 17,800. Sorry, I can't figure out my numbers here. And we are 11 away. So please hit subscribe if you have not already. That is the live subscriber count over there on YouTube. What are we saying here? Welcome, Shaylee, who I just ran past and then passed again. Bless her. I hope you're okay, darling. Matt, surely this is your job now. A job you do well. We're nearly there, Matt. We are so, so close. Once I've done it for an entire season without doing any other work, I'll call it my job. But it's weird. When it's your hobby and there's professionals that do it, you do feel a bit of an imposter for a while. So it'll be hard for me to make that leap so far. Josh, feeling up for the final after we dispatch the Danes. I'm going to add in the caveats there on Josh's comment then. If we dispatch the Danes, yeah. Yes, I'm going all in, and people can moan if they like it. I'm the first one, Josh, but I like your confidence, fella. Annie, welcome. Hamza, watching them right now. I don't fear either of them, and that's not to say we definitely beat either of them. I think there's as much chance of beating them as there is losing. Anyway, Denmark first. Exactly. Good to see the Italians in their traditional strip. Looks a nice top there. There's Gabor from Hungary. Welcome along, Gabor. And I think Hungary certainly go as one of our teams that were a lot better than we thought, weren't they? Did themselves proud in the group of death, the Hungarians, and certainly very close to a couple of very big results for sure. Evening, Shaylee. Will you have Ben back a little more after Sunday? Yes, for sure is the answer. Indeed, long way to go. Well, look, great to have some Hungarian representation. Excuse me, here. As the players come out for the second half, was it the group of death? Well, on the basis they all died before the quarterfinals. Yeah, but not in the way we thought about it. What do I make of Schmeichel's comments on it's coming home? Yeah, I thought they were quite good, Liam, actually. Sounds like you did as well. He sort of said, has it ever been home? We should obviously point out to Kasper Schmeichel that, yes, Denmark have won the Euros, but they haven't won the World Cup, which England have. But I do think people are getting very salty about the term it's coming home, which is basically the same as one of my Luton friends saying, come on, you Hatters now, or I don't know, up the Albion or Toon Army or something, isn't it? But there you go. If people are getting triggered by it, then we're obviously doing something right. Second half is off, guys. Italy 0, Spain 0. Let's do the teams one more time, and then we'll do a time stamp. I'll try and get one done at 46 minutes. Yeah, ball's out of play. So we should be able to do this nice and quick. Right, there are your teams, as of course Spain come down the right throw. For the Italians, Donnarumma, Di Lorenzo, Bonucci, Chiellini, Emerson, Verratti, Jorginho, Barella, Chiesa, Immobile, Insigne, thrown to the Spaniards. For Spain, Simon, Azpilicueta, Garcia, Laporte, Alba, Koke, Busquets, Pedri has poked into Alba in the box, but Verratti clears. Oyarzabal, Olmo, and Ferran Torres. And I missed my timestamp. Of course, I did. A Viennetta. Shaylee likes a mint Viennetta. Not a whole one at once, but God, I used to love Viennetta when I was a kid. Sensational stuff. And the ball hits the referee, as it does every game since they've made this drop ball ruling here. We'll get your time stamp at 47 minutes. Italy 0, Spain 0. Give me a yes or no answer, guys. Let's do one of our polls. Here we go. Yes or no? Is this game going to extra time? Yes or no? Go in the chat. Is this game going to extra time? Yes or no? Put your answer in. Just put the word yes or no. Is this game going to extra time? We'll get your sense of it. Yes or no in the chat. Is this game going to extra time? Obviously, you all know how much I love extra time. What are you guys saying here? Yes, no, yes. Did we miss one? No, yes, 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 no. Yes, 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 no, no. That's quite even, but I think the yeses have it. Although actually, I'm a bit more fresh at the moment, not having to do 2 games a day. So, and I've eaten. A few more no's actually came in as soon as I said that. So there we go. Well, exactly, Annie. Yeah. Just bedtime after this. With 2 square meals in me. Right, I'm going to give you a timestamp and then we'll focus on the game. We're going to be at 48 minutes. I'll count down 3, 2, 1. Corner to the Italians, by the way. 3, 2, 1. Sink. Insigne is going to take the corner, right-footed. From the left-hand side. In it comes. A couple of players hit the deck. Nothing given. Spain on the counter. Alba knocks it off to Olmo. Tried to play it forward, but one back. Barella chases back and does well. Oh, Immobile chasing there. Immobile hits the shot as well, and wide it goes. Let's do another straw poll, guys. Excuse me. I want to know who's going to make the first sub and what minute it's in. So just give me either Italy or Spain and the minute the first sub will be in. So you could put Spain 65 or something. Who makes the first sub and which minute will it be in? Who's going to blink first? Who makes the first sub and which minute? Just put the team and the minute. Someone will get it right. Someone always does. Oh, crossed into the back post. That's really good defending by Di Lorenzo, coming across from right back. Good cross by Olmo. Well played. And Di Lorenzo gets his body in the way and just sweeps it out. Donnarumma, big dive across the goal to cover it as well. Well played, Di Lorenzo, because I'm sure Ferran Torres would have been on that. Corner to Spain now. What are we saying? Italy 58, Italy 67, Italy 55, Italy 57, Italy 72, Italy 68. You do think the Spaniards will sit on what they're doing. Corner to Spain, by the way. In it comes Donnarumma, double-handed punch. Remember your guesses. Someone will be right. Someone's always right. Not usually me. Alba is tackled. Foul by Busquets on Immobile. Just got in front of him. And the yellow card is coming out for Sergio Busquets. He shakes his head. Out comes the yellow. The poll was very one-sided, Hamza. 80% of people I polled on Twitter thought Italy would win this game. That's 4 out of 5. Unbelievable. Right, we're 50 minutes up, 40 to go if there's no extra time. And it's a throw into Italy in the right back position. Most people thought that Roberto Mancini and the Italians would be the first to tweak things, change things up. But the consensus was it's going to be about 10, 15 minutes, I think. Big switch of play given away. Verratti, Chiellini, Bonucci, Barella. Bit of space for Immobile. Tries to play it out wide with the outside of his right foot. And now here comes Spain. It was just hiked up the line. Auzathoth comes inside, knocks it off. Busquets! Ooh! Over the bar from Busquets, edge of the box. He's definitely got the technique to pull that one off. And for once, the Spanish, quick counter-attack, a rarity for them. It's knocked into Busquets. And he doesn't miss by much, does he? Curls it right-footed. Ooh. We'll get really good angle now. Good dive by Donnarumma. Just over the bar. And now here come the Italians. Insigne is driving forward. He's got runners with him as well. Insigne, can he move it quickly? Barella. Don't shoot from there, buddy. No. He knocks it on. Chiesa. Forgot he was playing. Chiesa drives the shot low. Good effort. I think it goes through the legs of Jordi Alba. And what a good start to the second half. It's got quite end-to-end, this one. A couple of counter-attacks in quick succession here. Simon's got that covered all the way, the Bilbao keeper. But you see those shots? We've heard about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the king of that shot. Knock it to the right and hit it through the defender's legs, and the keeper can't see it. Wait and see the XG on those. They'll come up as half chances, won't they? Busquets outside the area and a lot of pressure on the ball for Chiesa, who's not Enrico Chiesa. He's Federico Chiesa. For goodness sakes. End-to-end, end-to-end, end-to-end to end. And some oofs. We had many oofs tonight, Duncan. All I remembered when Busquets was taking that shot was it Messi who scored one, or was it Villa from that exact position in that Barcelona Champions League final at that end of Wembley Stadium? Here's Koke into the channel. Is he going to cross it in the box? Of course he's not. He plays for Spain. Here's Auzathoth. It's not inside Laporte. Laporte to Garcia. Azpilicueta. Spanish moving the ball. Methodically as ever. Pedri. Garcia. Laporte. Italy very deep. I say they're very deep. I'll rephrase that, very compact, because Chiellini's trying to push them away from the edge of the box, but there is basically no midfield to forward differentiation now. Just a big low block, isn't it? They tried to play Alba in, but Di Lorenzo's kept his eye on that. Shepherds it out, and it's a goal kick to the Italians. So if you ask the Italians, they'd be quite happy with that outcome to a attacking phase for Spain. Right, Berardi is coming on, so I'm assuming Chiesa is coming off. Who had Italy in 55 minutes, or probably 56 by the time the change gets made? It's happening. Chiesa wins it in the air, but it's knocked back and all the way home to Simon. Garcia, nice press from the Italians. They're all in, but they've played around it. Busquets tries to clear, and the Italians win it back. That's more of the aggressive Italian side that we've seen in that moment there. All pressed together and won the ball back, and here they go on the attack, and Insigne's got it. Insigne up the line. Emerson puts the cross in low. Poor ball on the ground. Easy clearance for Garcia. Olmo trying to run in behind. Nicks it off Bonucci. Chiellini fouls him twice, actually. But we're playing on. Here's Pedri. Pedri switches it out. Torres comes inside. Good block by Di Lorenzo. He's playing well the right back. Chiellini got a bit lucky there. He would have definitely got pulled up had the advantage not got played. There we go. We're waiting this Italian substitution. There's a foul by Olmo on Jorginho. Referee Brick rightly is having a word with Chiellini and telling him he would have got booked. Are we getting a sub? We're expecting any second Berardi to come on for Chiesa. He's still waiting in the technical area. So we've gone over to 57 now. Anyone have 58? Here comes Busquets. Koke. Well, yeah, the ball hits the shot. Decent pace on it, but straight at Donnarumma. Chiesa. It's not forward for Immobile chasing. Immobile's got it. Tries to come inside. Alba does well. Pokes it away. Some good individual battles in this one. And across it goes. Substitute still hasn't been made. We are now in the 59th minute. 58:20 on my clock here. Here's Torres. Pedri. We're jogging pace here for the Spaniards. Busquets, lovely little feed in. Auzathoth. Koke. Azpilicueta. Koke. Across it goes to Laporte. Italy again, very compact. Laporte. And there's a foul on the edge of the box, is it? Not given. Busquets slides in and wins it back. It's knocked off by Olmo. Alba crosses in. It was a good crossing position, but straight into the arms of Donnarumma. And up the line it goes to Insigne. Counter for Italy. It's knocked in behind by Insigne. Good run by Immobile, but good defending. Chiesa. Chiesa curls. Oh, Chiesa! Oh, he scored. They've had a substitute lined up for about 5 minutes. He's about to be substituted. And Chiesa has just popped up and bent it in the corner with his right foot. Unbelievable. Italy won. Look at the limbs in Wembley. Sensational. The Italian end goes mad. And, oh, is that a little bit of luck for the Italians there? I don't know why Mancini delayed so long on the sub, but I'm certain Chiesa was coming off. And he's just bent one in the corner there. Counter-attack and Italy lead. Look, the cross into the arms of Donnarumma. He bowls it out. Here comes the counter-attack. It's played out onto the left wing. A lovely ball in behind looking for Immobile. They get a little bit of luck when Laporte goes in. Not tight enough. Good finish, though, by Chiesa. We're going to get a great view from inside the goal here. Oh, lovely stuff. Chiesa uses the player as a screen. Bends it round him into the corner. It's a lovely goal. And as things stand, guys, Italy are going to be in the finals. Italy 1, Spain 0, 35% possession, but they've got the lead. Mancini celebrates. There's a big smile there from one of the staff. And I still wonder whether Chiesa was, I don't know whether they'll go through with the sub now, but we were standing watching him, weren't we, for the last 5 minutes because we made some bets on who was going to be substituted. And he stayed on and he scored. Unbelievable. Rod, legend. Berardi is now on. So anyone who had minute 62 is going to be correct. Also, Moreno. No, that's not Moreno. That's Morata. So Chiesa, well, if you're looking for an omen, when you delay a sub that long and then the sub scores whilst you're delaying it, ooh, sensational. Thank you, Rod. $25 super chat. Oh, Immobile came off, so they've kept Chiesa on. Interesting. I wonder if that was the plan. I wonder. So Immobile off. Berardi on now. And we now have no strikers on the pitch, guys. Both teams are playing 3 wingers up front, aren't they? What are we saying in the chat here? Sorry, right. 11, Berardi on. Who had 62 then? Oh, Spain 62. 61, no cigar. Unbelievable. That's extra time and penalties into final then. Oof. Oh, yes, Morata just came on, didn't he? Yeah, good point. Good point. So the point I should have made is the Italians have now gone to 3 wingers up front. But Morata did just come on for Ferran Torres. So Auzathoth is probably going to go down the right. Olmo down the left. And Morata will play down the centre. Spain need a goal. Italy 1, Spain 0. Chiesa with the goal. Auzathoth puts the cross in. I'm certain Mancini was going to take him off. We'll never know. I'm sure someone will ask him about that. If anyone's across the Italian press conference afterwards, let me know what Mancini says when he gets asked, were you about to take Chiesa off? Goodness me. Brian, do you think we'll go with tradition and start sitting deeper? Strap yourselves in. Anyone fancy Italy on the break? Woof. Well, they don't need to score now, Italy, because they've already done it. Italy 1, Spain 0. Federico Chiesa bends one in the corner. Lovely finish. And Italy are going to the final. That's a good question. Go on, guys, in the chat. Just give me a one-word answer. Next team to score. Go on. You can have no goal as a 2-word answer. Next team to score. In comes the cross for the Spaniards, who need something now. Oh, nice little clip in. Oh, what a chance. Oh, it was clipped in for Auzathoth. All he had to do was just nod it into the net. Oh, my goodness me. I don't know what happened, whether he took his eye off it. It looked like a certain goal. Lovely little clip in by Koke. In it goes. He was onside, wasn't he? Oh, no. Easy little header into the goal there. And goodness me. Doesn't even... There is no shot. Looking for a big chance to go down. There is no shot. Oh, dear. Goodness me. Next goal scorers here. Italy, Spain. Italy. No way. Is that no goal? Italy. Nearly Spain. Yeah. Yeah, totally missed it. There is no chance. If there is no shot, it's an opening. I always say an opening. They started putting the ball in the box now. There's another cross in there looking for Murata. And here is Laporte. This should be a thoroughly tense and entertaining last 25 here. Very different dynamic than if it was 0-0 for sure. Because, both teams would have been very scared to lose going into the last 15 if it was 0-0. But now, Spain have got to get themselves a goal. And Italy and Mancini go into the final. As things stand, knocked into the front. Auzathoth knocked off. Olmo hits the shot wide of the post. It's so strange, isn't it, how teams change when they concede a goal. All of a sudden, Spain have got people running forward, sprinting forward. The ball's going a little bit more direct, and they've created 2 chances in about 2 minutes, don't they? So a complete transformation from Spain, who've just been popping the ball around and around and around and around. But they need a goal, by God. Here's Bonucci. Barella goes down. Nothing given. Busquets plays it on. Here's Murata. Given away. Although Spain win it back. Murata touch. Does well. Tries a overly clever back heel there. Murata, who gives the ball away. Insigne, nice little ball through. Berardi, unlucky. Tried to play it through to Chiesa. It hit Chiesa's back as he was trying to make the run through. Chiesa moves again down the right-hand side. Good direct run by Chiesa. Nice little ball through. Great chance. Oh, good save. Oh, could have been 2-0 there. He's on the angle. Berardi's going for the nutmeg on Simon, who closes his legs together and makes the save. What a chance. Could have been 2-0 there. But Simon was wise to the nutmeg, wasn't he? Oh, good stuff, this. Good stuff. Laporte to Garcia. Proper end-to-end stuff. Everyone wants Traore on. Sensational stuff. Here is Laporte. Alba. Pedri. Koke. Down the line it goes. And back inside. Here is Busquets. This clock will start ticking quickly now for the Spaniards. A double substitution being lined up by Luis Enrique as well. Neither of them are Adama Traore, by the way. Olmo has been penalised for a foul. We're going to get a Spain double sub on the way. Good play by Barella. Here's that chance. Berardi. He doesn't quite hit that cleanly, does he? Have a look at his technique there. No. Good goalkeeping by Simon. stood up, didn't get caught by the nutmeg. Moreno on for Auzathoth. And I think Rodri is on as well for Koke. So Rodri, Moreno, Morata, all on now for the Spaniards. And let's be quite frank about it now. With the benefit of hindsight, the gamble to not play a striker has not worked. Some people will argue in the comments that Morata and Moreno wouldn't have scored either, but that wasn't the reality that we lived through, was it? So we can only comment on that with any sense of factual correctness. Pedri, switch of play. Rodri. Azpilicueta. Rodri. Spain need a goal. 70-28 on the clock. Knocked into the far post. Big header across, but Chiellini gets it clear. Olmo. Pedri, touch. Great play by Pedri. Knocks it out to Alba. Alba, good pace. Crosses it to the back post. Foul on Donnarumma, surely. Yeah. Azpilicueta giving the big guy a bump in the back. He knew he wasn't going to win it. Just turns around and pretends he didn't do it. Brilliant. Azpilicueta. You ain't going to get away with that one, mate. Pessina is going to come on for the Italians. So is Toloi. So I think we're going to get a change at fullback and at central midfield, aren't we? Chiellini knocks it forward. Oh, they've got Berardi over on the right-hand side. Berardi now against Alba. Good play by Alba. And Simon prevents the corner, does he? Yes, he does. Throw in to the Italians. Lewis, can't believe you staying instead of going to the pub. Look, Lewis, I've got a pregnant missus who hasn't been vaccinated. So I ain't going to any pubs, put it that way, buddy. Not until all of those things are all done. But there we go. Thank you. It's a compliment, I think, isn't it? But as much as I'd like to, I couldn't. Bonucci, Jorginho. 72-17 on the clock. Ooh, poor goal kick by Donnarumma. Tries to knock it around to Bonucci. Morata gets a foot on it. Donnarumma holds his hand up and apologises. He shouts, Leo, Leo, and apologises there. We all know. Don't worry. Right, here come the subs then. Pessina and Toloi. Out goes Verratti, who's an excellent player, isn't he? For Pessina. Verratti will surely start the final if Italy get through. Pessina scored, didn't he, in the game against Wales? Yes, I do know the gender, Lewis. And if you go into Chaley's nursery next door, it'll be obvious. Emerson out, Toloi in. Emerson filling the big boots of Spinazzola at left back today. It takes two players apparently to fill the boots of Spinazzola. So it looks like, actually, beg your pardon, Di Lorenzo is going to play left back and Toloi is going to play right back, which means I have to put a really big couple of arrows. These are always amusing. Look at the state of it now in a 5-substitute game. Trying to keep up with these team shapes. Double vaccinated. Well done, Mr. Radio Floyd. I will be having my second vaccination on Sunday, about 2 hours before the final. So I hope I don't get any side effects. I didn't from the first one, by the way. So Simon plays to Garcia. 74-10 on the clock. If the Italians can get any type of press going here, they will create another big chance in this game because The Spanish are pushing on. Rod, thanks again for the super chat, buddy. Outrageous jacket on the Italian assistant coach. They're great, aren't they? Is he the one that looks like kind of a Poirot-style detective? Although, what nationality was Poirot? Was he Belgian? Quiz question in the chat. Poirot, Belgian? Pass. The fictional detective, of course. Italy 1, Spain 0. Italy are going to the final. Unless the Spanish can get themselves a goal in the next 15 minutes plus stoppage time. 15 to go. And it's not going to be that much stoppage time, is there? There we go. Good knowledge, everybody. Thought the recent Spanish chance, Kane would have scored that. I'm at the point now, David, where I'm thinking Kane's going to score most chances that come his way, which is a good place to be. Like when Shearer used to play for England. You knew he was going to get a goal every other game virtually, didn't you? Moreno comes inside Di Lorenzo, who's now playing left back. Laporte, Garcia. Busquets fouled. No. Oh, lovely ball through the lines. Here's Morata into the box. Morata. And the cross is deflected. And the Italians love a block, don't they? Anyone who's ever watched WWE, does Bonucci look a bit like CM Punk in the face? Probably not. I think it's just the beard and the eyes, but there you go. I'm not seeing it. In comes the cross, headed away by Berardi. Yes, I mean, we've all seen the stat about Pickford and Schmeichel, Iain, making their debuts at Darlington. Sensational. Before you said the clock was ticking for Spain, I thought that was the opening line of Alone by Heart. I see the ticking of the clock. Spain really need a goal. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, by the way, for all those people that always ask, can you see that? There is a speaker up here now, so we can play some ridiculous tunes at some point. Insigne chasing behind. Oh, Simon hits the clearance. It hit the port. That could have gone anywhere, for goodness sakes. This is a weird one, though, because Insigne's offside. He never touches the ball, though, so... And he never gets flagged. Chiesa kills a bit of time there by pretending he didn't know where the throw was going to be taken from. Chiesa, at the moment, is the match winner. And remember, Chiesa scored against Austria as well off the bench. I think that was at Wembley as well, guys, wasn't it? Morata wins it back, but Jorginho, nice little sweep-up job, gets it back into Chiellini, who just bangs it into the channel. Big chase from Di Lorenzo, trying to do his best Spinazzola impression here. I think it's got to be Football's Coming Home, not God Save the Queen. There is a video, Julian, where I rank the 10 greatest football songs on YouTube, where I do take on the John Barnes rap. Check it out. Here is Azpilicueta. We're getting... Oh, you are going to get Adama Traore now, guys. He is warming himself up. Marcos Llorente is going to come on as well for the Spaniards. Oh, given away high up, though. Oh, now here is Berardi, edge of the box. Berardi curls left-footed. Can't find the corner. He holds his head. He's put it too close to Simon, but they're in such a good position now, the Italians. 79-20 on the clock, and they lead 1-0. We're about to get Traore and Llorente for the Spaniards. Morata. Olmo. Morata is in. Morata! Oh, it's 1-1. Oh, it's a lovely goal. They've played right through the middle. And the Spanish have equalised. Morata finishes that beautifully. What a great goal by the Spaniards. Talk about vertical passing right through the middle, slicing through them, and Spain get the equaliser. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to extra time. I wonder whether they're going to call time on that possible Hail Mary sub they were just about to make. Great play by Morata, much maligned player, but what a brilliant goal that was. He picks it up in like the 10 position, drives through, give and go. Great touch. Look at the touch with the right foot when he receives it back. Just cushions it and then puts it in with the left foot. Donnarumma expects it to go the other way. And Italy won, Spain won. Luis Enrique loves it. Look at that. He celebrates with a substitute who's probably now not going to come on, but we will figure out what's going to go on. And Morata does a job on... He used to play for Juventus, didn't he? Morata. He does a job on those two Juventus centre halves for sure there, doesn't he? 1-1 on loan at Atletico Madrid from Juventus. So Chiellini and Bonucci should know all about him. Morata gets the goal. Woof. And here comes Spain again, actually, down the right-hand side. Rodri, Moreno. Spain playing at double the speed they have been for the rest of the game. Cross goes in. Deflected. Corner. Look at the Spain fans behind the goal. Tremendous. They look dangerous since they went one down. I said Morata would score to shut up the haters. Seems a lot of players are doing that. In comes the corner. Busquets. Oh, Donnarumma was completely in no man's land there. Busquets glanced their header on the near post, I think. And, Laporte was arriving on the back post. Really, Donnarumma is nowhere. What is he doing? Goodness me. Did Spain make their subs? They did not, did they? In fact, I can see Adama Traore has got his bid back on. So, no, all cancelled. Laporte, I think he's about to get a yellow card. Just gone through Insigne. He doesn't indeed get the yellow card. 82.50 on the clock. 1-1. Chiesa for Spain. Sorry, Chiesa for Italy. Morata for Spain. Laporte. Azpilicueta's got it at right back. They are now going to make... I think we're going to get a substitute from both sides now. Remember, a sixth substitute as well can be made in extra time. That slid through. Good running again by Morata down the right. Morata holds it up, knocks it back. And, edge of the box was Moreno. Wanted to hit that one first time, didn't he? Just comes inside on the left foot and skies it. And Morata looking very, very lively. Touch. Do you know what? The referee Brick just got in his way a little bit. Locatelli and Bellotti are coming on for the Italians. Do you know what? I think finally Chiesa's going to go off, isn't he? Let's see. Barella is out. Locatelli, who's no mean player. Who's he play for? Sassuolo? Locatelli is on. Bellotti will come on to be the central striker. Insigne is going off. What do you make of that one? Insigne has been a really fine player for Italy in the tournament. Bellotti is on, so I suspect, it looks already like Chiesa has gone down the left. Berardi down the right, Bellotti centrally. Marcos Llorente is on for Azpilicueta at right back. And it looks like he's going to have to face up Chiesa down that side now. We will see how it goes. Yeah, so it's going to be Llorente against Chiesa down the Italians' left. Bellotti down the middle. Berardi down the right-hand side. Tense stuff, this one. Goodness me. Alba up the line. One back by the Italians. A foul on Verratti, surely. Verratti wants to take the free kick quickly. Been a great tournament. What a cracking game. Brilliant stuff, guys. Love your positivity. It's been superb, hasn't it? Just think, though, we'll get a very different last 5 minutes here than we would if the Spanish were trailing. Both teams now go into don't lose mode and take what you can get. Alba, excuse me, not Alaba, up the line. Olmo. Surely a hefty foul there on Pedri, who goes down. Jorginho smashed into him. He's not going to give him the yellow card. Pedri doesn't want to get up. He wants us all to know how badly hurt he is. I think he might have got a stray boot accidentally in the side of his head, but what are you going to do? He's fine. 87 on the clock. Extra time is coming. Olmo holds it up. Albert takes it off him. Albert drives forward. Now, they've not got many forwards, Spain, but one's Morata, who's playing well. Morata into the box, heavy touch. And I think that's called the commentator's curse there. Here's Morata, who's playing well, and he just dribbles it out of play. No good. Although he did score a lovely goal, which we've just seen again. $87.40 on the clock. Great tournament. Loving this game. Hat tip to the refs and officials as well. Hopefully we can take note for the English leagues. Be nice, wouldn't it? Simon kicks into the stand. Throw-in taken quickly. Chiesa. Nice little ball inside by Chiesa to Pessina. Reverse ball. Pessina gets it back. Di Lorenzo nice and high. But they've turned it over on that side and the Spanish have it. Although Spain can't get out of that corner. Ball knocked against Lorenzo when he was trying to get out of the way. And it's a throw-in to the Italians. Toloi knocks it forward. We barely mentioned him. And Alba knocks it inside to Laporte. 89.05 on the clock. Late goal, anyone? Or extra time? You know what's coming, don't you? Laporte clips that one forward, flicked on by Olmo. Chiellini steps out and gives the ball away. Throw into Spain. Llorente. Rodri. Laporte. Stoppage time imminent, but fed through to Olmo. Olmo, edge of the box, and tries to feed it through. Chiellini does it hit his hand. Oh, referee says no. Oh, goodness me. There is something in the laws about, and I'll go nerdy, but hang on, Chiesa is coming forward. There is something in the laws about if your hand is out between your body and the ground, if you are falling over, that does not constitute a deliberate handball. So I think Chiellini's all right there. We had a couple of those in the championship. Your arm can be between your body and the ground, but not just stuck out. Interesting one, because I think it did hit his arm, didn't it? Garcia. Olmo tries to play it inside the fullback. Llorente gives chase, and Di Lorenzo puts out 3 minutes of stoppage time. Here is the Chiellini. No, it's not handball on that basis, is it? So if your arm is between your body and the floor, I don't know whether I've got the word in. I'll try and bring it up if I've got it. But I think the referee's correct by the laws of the game there. Not to say laws of the game are always right. In comes the corner, headed away. Alba nods it down. Alba's gone down clutching his face. Still getting a little bit finicky. Let's see if I can bring that up. Look, we'll do it at full time. Here is Laporte. Clipped in and grabbed it. Right, let me just bring up that handball word. And is it in there? There you go. When a player falls and the hand arm is between, so that's the 4th bullet point on the 2nd paragraph, between the body and ground to support the body, but not extended laterally or vertically away from the body. So that is an exemption. It is not an offence if that is the case. We've definitely seen it before. And whether you agree with the law or not, it's not handball by the book. So the ref's got that one right. And that's no penalty on Chiellini. As Berardi chases that one. Good law knowledge. There you go, Matt. Believe me, we get a lot of questions about it, so I have them all up there. If it is scored on the break, no, because you have to score immediately after the handball, don't you? So, yes. So I don't think it would have been handball, whatever the scenario in that situation. And believe me, from what Math says, the refs know the rules better than I do, all the laws. It's full time, guys. Italy 0. God. Italy 1, Spain 1. Morata coming in and getting the equaliser off the bench after Chiesa had given Italy the lead. And we are going to extra time in our first Euro 2020 semi-final. With all of that being said, get your comments in. I don't have long for a break here, so I'm going to quickly take one. And we will be right back. Get comments in. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 2 minutes, okay? Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture. Over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up, questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. It is extra time in our first Euro 2020 semi-final. It is Italy 1, Spain 1. 2 really good goals, actually. Federico Chiesa scores after Brady was stood warming up, the right winger, for about 5 minutes, ready to come on. And I'm certain, not that I'll ever know for sure unless Mancini says so, I'm certain he was about to be substituted, and he curls one in the corner. Lovely goal by Chiesa, uses the defender as a screen, bends it in with his right foot. And Morata comes on, and a lovely direct run and a 1-2. Great right foot touch, left foot finish. Brilliant stuff by Morata for the equaliser. Tight game, tense stuff. Let's do some numbers real quick, and then we'll go to your comments as the guys are out ready for the second half. Here's the numbers. On the XG, 1.35 to 0.7 in Spain's favour. 68-32 on the possession. 12 shots to 6, but 4-3 to the Italians on target. 6 corners to 1. 3 big chances to 1. Look, we always try here on the channel to go 50-50 between metrics and the eye test. You shouldn't ever rely 100% on the metrics or 100% on the eye test. The metrics have Spain as the better side in this, but we've all been watching. It's been tight, hasn't it? There's been 2 teams in this game, and it's by no means a squash for sure. We are about to kick off in extra time. We all love a spot of penalty kicks, do we, 80? Let's get them out of the way tonight. Not penalties unless it's to tire them. Will you do a watch along of Argentina Colombia at 2 a.m.? Absolutely not. You couldn't pay me. I was going to say you couldn't pay me enough money to do that, but you could. Brilliant game. Krissy's enjoying this one. Hard to separate them, but Spain have done better than I thought, and all credit to them for coming back. Proper tournament football. Really can't call which way this one is going to go. Extra time, lovely. Well, we're doing it. Here we go. And I will repeat, I hope we get extra time out the way. Anyone look up what percentage of tournament games go to extra time? Because hopefully the odds are now tomorrow night doesn't go to extra time. Olmo has been fouled by Taloy. You want to know who's on the pitch still, don't you? Simon is in goal for the Spanish. Alba, Laporte, Garcia. Llorente is in as a sub at right back. Pedri, Busquets, Rodri is in as a sub in central midfield. And the front three completely changed. Morata and Moreno both came on as subs. Olmo is still on. Free kick to the Spanish, by the way, in this first minute of first period of extra time. We'll get your timestamp as well after this free kick. In it comes from Olmo, headed away. It's going to be a free kick to the Italians, who have Donnarumma in goal. So Toloi came on as a substitute, and he's playing right back. Di Lorenzo, the right back, is now playing left back. Bonucci and Chiellini, of course, will be here until the end of time as centre-halves. The midfield three is now Locatelli, Pessina, both on as subs with Jorginho. And the front three is Berardi down the right, Belotti central, and Chiesa down the left. And we have just had a foul by Jordi Alba on Berardi. And I think he trod on the back of his ankle. So that could be a painful one. As it says down the bottom, ticking along there. Please subscribe. How are we doing here? We are 15 away, 17,785. So thank you all for subscribing. And we are 27.5 minutes away from another penalty shootout. How many penalties have we had? It's been the Swiss, hasn't it? Twice. Switzerland beat France on penalties and lost to Spain on penalties. Is that the only two shootouts, guys? Have I forgotten one? I've done all the knockout games. I can't remember another penalty shootout. But then again, I did tap out after during extra time in Ukraine, Sweden. I was done. I couldn't do it. Garcia plays that out wide. Spain on the ball. Llorente. Inside to Garcia. And back home to Simon. Italy 1. Spain 1. Please hit like on the stream. We are 2 hours and 13 minutes in. Don't say we don't put the hours in. Guys, do we heck. Have you say in the comments, share your knowledge, drive the debate. I'll read the best ones. And make sure you hit your thumbs up on the stream wherever you are watching. Laporte knocks that forward to Morata, the goal scorer. Let's get the mic vaguely near my mouth. Back into centre-half. Laporte to Garcia. The Spanish heavy on possession in this game. 68% across the 94 minutes we've officially played. Minus stoppage time thus far. Big diag there. From Laporte looking to Llorente. Out it goes. Bit of a tired pass there. Excuse me. This is good news for England or Denmark. Both these teams will be absolutely shattered. Sunday is the final. And one of these countries will be in it. Belotti is down. You can support via Super Chat and Super Stickers. We've had plenty during the stream. Thank you guys for all of the support. Think of a Super Chat as a tip. If you like your waiter, if your waiter's friendly, give him a little tip, don't you? So if you enjoy the stream, you can support in that way, obviously. It's not much be free on YouTube. Might have to sit through some adverts every now and then, but you won't have to pay anything. But you can give back to us creatory type people via Super Chat or Super Sticker. Little backheel by Olmo, but Toloi sweeps it up. Alba. And it's out for a throw. I think it would be an appropriate time to open a beer, wouldn't it, hey? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it's... What time is it even here? That's ridiculous. 10 o'clock, right? I've literally got a laptop, a computer, two TV screens and a phone. I couldn't find the time then. I was lost for a second. Pedri is trying to draw the foul off Berardi, but it's just going to be a throw-in. Pedri, I'm contractually obliged to remind you, like Jude Bellingham, is 18 years old. Sensational talent at that age to be doing this when you're 18. And he's not one of the players Luis Enrique is looking to hoik off. And here he goes, Pedri. Look at that. What a player. And anyone fancy him in their central midfield? Oh, here comes a yellow card. Olmo completely cleaned out there by Toloi, who in very S-Housey fashion gets a high five for that one. Toloi, good rugby tackle that actually. Strong right arm from Toloi and he gets the yellow card. Master of the dark arts. Don't worry, I never skip your ads. Yeah. I tip my endless love towards the channel in the comments. Yes, you do, Annie, and we're very grateful for it. Midnight here, Helen. Where are you, Helen? 2 hours from... I thought you were in England. Staying up for the long haul. Oh, free kick in, spill. Morata, blocked out, and Chiellini blocks it. It hits Busquets. Out it goes. Oh, big mess in the penalty box. There. The free kick was driven in low. That confused everybody. To be fair, Donnarumma does well. Chiellini makes a good block. It's good defending by the Italians all the way around, actually. Donnarumma does well, actually. It's a very good free kick. He parries out, and Chiellini makes a good block. It could have literally just bounced off Busquets and flown in the goal, but it didn't. Free kick to the Italians. I haven't given you a timestamp. 8 minutes. 8 minutes 32. Simon's in the local in Brentford. Nice. Nice to be out of the house, isn't it, big boot down the line. Big header by Laporte. Well played. Proper centre-half play that was. Knocked inside. Busquets in the way. Pedri wins it back. Do you know what? Pedri looks very lively in extra time, doesn't he? The little 18-year-old in the Spanish central midfield. Looks like while everybody's energy levels have dropped, his have just raised a little bit. There's some sensational makeup by that Italian fan there, who probably had red, white and green eyeliner, lipstick and everything else. Good effort. Laporte, closed down by Bellotti, steps out of central defence. Down the line it goes. Olmo is fouled by Pessina. It's going to be a free kick to the Spaniards. I think referee Brick is saying to Pessina, one more and you get a yellow card. He pointed to somewhere else on the pitch where presumably another foul had been totted up. Here is Llorente up the right-hand side. Moreno. I think my chair needs an oil, doesn't it? Very squeaky. Sorry if that's coming down the microphone. Llorente inside to Garcia. Laporte. Spain in extra time possession-wise, 74%. Italy are sat in as things stand. Llorente. Olmo. Good play by Olmo. Comes short, switches play. Knocked off by Morata. Busquets, little slip through. Pedri, who looks lively. Pedri, nutmeg on Berardi. Inside, back to Busquets. Rodri. Moreno comes in. Crosses left-footed. Oh, Donnarumma loses it. And it's blocked by Bonucci after Llorente hits the shot. Donnarumma came out for the punch there. Ooh, didn't look like he was going to make it for a second. Here's Rodri. Rodri up the right-hand side. Moreno crosses in and grabbed by Donnarumma. Olmo picking up a lot of fouls. Bound to get one in a good position. Agreed. Yeah, he's lurking, isn't he? Loving your channel, Benjamin. Shame Brentford not chat. Well, you still watch the Dearly Departed show where we will be covering Brentford and Watford and Norwich and Aston Villa and Leeds. All good fun. Still got plenty of Leeds and Villa fans here. Believe you me, I speak to them all the time. Put your hand up if you're a Leeds or a Villa fan watching in the chat. I bet we got some. Hopefully some Brentford too as well, and Norwich and Watford. So free kick to the Italians in their own half, booted down the ground. There you go, look, up the Villa, Leeds. They're everywhere, Leeds, especially Leeds, for goodness sake. I can't walk 10 metres without meeting a Leeds fan, for goodness sakes. Leeds, Norwich. There we go. So the Dearly Departed show works from what we're seeing then. Great to have you all around here. There you go. Look at that. Leeds, Norwich, Leeds. Tremendous. Great to have you all with us. And we can't lose you when you get promoted out of the Championship. No good. There you go. Leeds fans, the N'Golo Kante of football supporters. There we go. We've got quite a lot of Norwich in. Oh, Morata trying to get in behind. The through ball is over here. We are 13-23 into extra time. I was walking the dog the other day and a guy stopped me, was a Luton fan, said he watched the channel. Sensational stuff. What a great subscriber base we have got. Toon, future departed show. Feel a tad outnumbered. Yeah, Leeds fans will do that to you. Insanely well supported team, as I know from covering them. Different gravy. Nice people, though. Here's Busquets. Morata. Busquets. Super Luton. Well done, that dog walker. Sensational. Come on, Spain, says Martin. Another Leeds fan. Brilliant. There you go. For balance there. Forza Italia. Rodri. Oh, Llorente's in behind Chiesa. He's limping. Crossed in low. Half cleared. Moreno bounces off Chiellini, and the Italian defending is getting a little bit last ditch now, isn't it? Llorente up the right wing there. And the ball bouncing about in the box. And the first period of extra time is over. Is Chiesa okay? Donnarumma's picked him up. He's kind of limping along. Yeah, Chiesa's just holding the back of his right hamstring. We are half time of extra time. So we've played one 15-minute period of extra time. So we are 105 minutes in to the 120. Very tense. I agree. I might be wrong. I think, let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Spain look the more likely, don't they? But then remember, when we go to penalties, it's a completely new situation. So everything changes as soon as that 120 minutes goes down. Mancini, Vialli there with his back to us, the Italian staff all having a chat together. It's just a matter of keeping going now. In terms of substitutions, no one made one. But remember, we get a lot of penalty-specific substitutions, don't we, when shootouts are coming? Roberto Mancini has got his players together now and is passing on some instructions or some motivational words. In fact, the entire Italian squad all in there listening intently to their boss, as good employees do, don't they? They've been there, done it, Mancini, Vialli, and that bunch, haven't they? The men in suits. Absolutely. Thiago has come on for Spain. Busquets is off. Interesting. Okay, Thiago can sit in that spot, but Busquets obviously, he's obviously knackered, isn't he? Bless him. So no disrespect to Thiago, because if Busquets is knackered, then a knackered Busquets might not be as good as a fit Thiago. But if you take Busquets out of most teams, your ability to keep the ball diminishes slightly, doesn't it? Because he's such a good player. But needs must after 105 minutes in a semi-final, for sure. Luis Enrique is having a chat to Federico Chiesa. They're both pretending that they're relaxed. They're not. This is for the cameras, guys. Was he booked? Yes, good point, Stephen. Very good point. Yeah, he was booked. That's a good point. We should bring that up. Busquets, yeah, the only player on a yellow card. No, Toloi, the Italy right back, is on a yellow as well. Although a red card at this point, with only 15 minutes and a lot of tired players. Donnarumma sticks that into the stand. He got closed down by Moratti as the second period of extra time starts. We'll give you a time sync. In about 25 seconds, okay? Launched forward by Alba, for goodness sake. Alba plays for Austria. Olmo, lovely turn. He looks like he's still got a little bit of energy left. He's fouled by Locatelli. Don't think Locatelli will get booked for that. Olmo's played well in extra time, hasn't he? No... Pedri as well, I have to say. Oh, God. Locatelli did hit him pretty hard then, didn't he? So I think Chiesa is now coming off. He was limping at the back end of the first period. So is this the last sub for the Italians? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is. This will be their spare sub they can make in extra time. Chiesa with the goal for the Italians. Bernardeschi has come on, number 20, with the Phil Neville bleach blonde hairdo. Don't worry, we all did it, didn't we? Thiago is going to take this set play. Right-footed, he's going to swing it in from the left-hand side. Thiago, he's tried the Joe Bryan. Shoots at goal there, but I think it deflects off the wall. Bit of a waste. Chiellini plays that out to Di Lorenzo, who's covering at left back, into the front. Huge switch of play. Good ball, that, actually. And all the Italians are committed to this attack now. Berardi tries to feed it in. Bernardeschi knocks it off, slid back by Laporte. And where did that energy come back from the Italians? Where did that come from? They've been sat behind the ball for the last 17 minutes. They just zoomed down the pitch there. Ho-hum. And we have our first case of cramp here. It won't be the last. Lovely big switch of play by Bellotti. Berardi fed it in. Nice little touch off by Bernardeschi. They had Pessina and Verratti. Not Verratti, he's not on the pitch. Running in. Garcia is the player with cramp. Looks like he wants to go off. Yeah, I think Eric Garcia is done here. He's walking off behind the goal. He's lasted 108 minutes, but he's going off. And on comes Pau Torres. And I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's it. So no more substitutions in this one, guys. Now that we've seen Garcia out and Torres in, Chiesa out and Bernardeschi in for the Italians. Felix, though. I'm into Felix, though, for years. Used to like taking my mother and father to the Alex, where you get very nice fish and chips, and you can look at the sea from out the window. Beautiful, lovely place. In the box here is Berardi. Oh, it opened up for him there, and Pau Torres makes the block. That's a very good first touch. It's clipped over the top, surely offside. The ball's stuck into the back of the net, but the flag was always going to go up there. I think those Italian fans celebrating more in hope than expectation. Berardi sticks into the back of the net, but he was well offside. Wasn't he? Good finish that, actually. Slide in half volley. That Italian fan there holding his head was wearing a classic 94 World Cup shirt there. I think if I've got my Italian shirts right, yeah. Italy got to the World Cup final in 94 and, of course, lost on penalties to the Brazilians in the USA. The great Roberto Baggio closing his eyes and hitting the decisive penalty with his weak foot over the bar. Incredible. I think the great Franco Baresi also missed in that penalty shootout, and a very un-Brazilian World Cup win. Oh, there you go. Oh, Math's got one. Very nice too, my friend. An original? Sounds good to me. And of course, as many people have pointed out today, Luis Enrique played for Spain against Italy and had his face smashed open by Mauro Tazzotti in that World Cup. Poor guy. He was a very good player, Luis Enrique, wasn't he? Maybe a free kick to Spain. On halfway. Bellotti holds his head. It was Jordi Alba that went down. 22 minutes of extra time have been played. 8 minutes remain, and then we will go to penalties. And remember, the Spanish won their quarter-final on penalties against the Swiss in a not vintage penalty shootout. A lot of misses. Here's Pedri. Pedri knocks it inside to Pau Torres. Tiago going for a huge switch of play. Dreadful pass by Tiago, and he just gives the ball back. Baggio carried an injury into the final. What was the game where Baggio was ridiculous in that tournament? Was it Bulgaria in the semi-finals where he just destroyed them? He scored twice against Bulgaria. And for anyone who doesn't remember, Bulgaria were a serious team then with Lechkov and Stoichkov and Kostadinov, Balakov. Superb team they were. Boncho Gwenchev of Ipswich Town as well. I'm sure Mancini and Vialli must have been involved in that. They must have still been around the Italy squad in '94. Here is Pau Torres. Out it goes to Alba. 23:52 of extra time gone. Olmo. Game's slowed down, hasn't it? Laporte. Ooh. Llorente nearly in on the reverse ball. Oh, now. Oh, goodness me. Bellotti had it. Berardi was in. There's a nice little back heel flick. Here comes Murata driving at the defence as well. Murata tries to cross left-footed. Blocked by Bonucci. Here's Olmo. Murata. Coming in off the left. Is it going to open up for a right foot shot? No. And Murata gives it away, but then so does Bellotti. Here's Llorente. Nice ball inside. Pedri. Pedri knocks it back out. Crossed in. It's a poor ball. Easy for Donnarumma. Oof. Well, I hate to say it, guys, but we're heading for penalties, aren't we? Unless we get a Ukrainian level of late goal here. We have played 115 minutes and 18 seconds. Offside flag there. Good to see Brian and Helen in there talking some Blackpool. Great to have Blackpool involved on the channel now. Blackpool coming up from League One. Looking forward to covering them this season. Beat Lincoln in that playoff final that we covered on the channel. Tiago, another raking pass, but he's just not got his radar at all, has he? The last couple he's tried to play. Peterborough and Hull also up from League One and going to be featured on our little channel over here. Oh, have you got them first game, Annie? Is it away? Good old fun trip up to Blackpool, isn't it? Everyone goes on Friday night for that one, don't they? A very popular away destination. Up the line it goes for Berardi, blocked out, and this is penalties all day long, isn't it now? Both sides are in don't lose mode, aren't they? 26:50. Spanish lady is already praying for the penalties. I don't know whether that'll help, but I understand it. Anir, be positive. Come on, Anir. Toloi throws down the line. Olmo intercepts. We're in tired mode and we're in don't lose mode, aren't we? Murata has gone down. The yellow card is out. Referee Brick brings out the yellow for Leo Bonucci. Remember, yellow cards are wiped after the quarterfinals, aren't they? So you'd have to get yourself sent off to miss the final, which is kind of good news after Paul Gascoigne broke all our hearts with that 2 yellow cards business. $27.50 on the clock. And I don't like to be bolshy with predictions, but this is definitely going to penalties now, isn't it? Here comes a goal. Pau Torres, switch of play left foot, lovely ball. Here's Llorente backing up the play. Rodri. Pau Torres again stepping out from centre half. Torres feeds that through. Pedri inside. Oh, the pass was onto Olmo. Olmo's disappointed that Pedri couldn't. Let's be honest, it was 3 or 4 metre pass and he just overhit it in front. But particularly in the first half of extra time, I thought Pedri were excellent. Alba takes the throw in. And there's probably some very nervous football players now thinking about where they're putting their penalty. And lots of very nervous Spain supporters and Italy supporters in the stands watching on here. They know what's coming. We all know what's coming. And if it happens tomorrow night, oh my God, I don't think I can bear it. Thiago has been dreadful in extra time. God, he's had about 40. Yeah, Luis Enrique agrees with me. He's had about 4 possessions and kicked them all out for goal kicks, for goodness sakes. I know he's a very good player, but we're into the last 30 seconds. We're not going to get any stoppage time, I'm pretty certain. And I'm very certain that we're going to penalties here for sure. No one's going to commit anybody forward. In fact, I'm going to turn over my pad. I'm going to rip that one off so we've got all the players. And this is going to end in a penalty shootout. 29:53. 5 seconds. Referee Bricks checks the watch. He's going to blow. And there it is. Here we go again. Penalties are on their way. Spain versus Italy will end in a penalty shootout. They will flip a coin to decide which end we are going, but it's going to be penalties once again. We have seen the Swiss beat the French, but we've seen the Spanish beat the Swiss. Hang on. Are we passing some kind of baton here? So the Swiss win one, then lose one. The Spanish win one, then lose one. Does that mean the Italians are going to win this penalty shootout? No, this is silliness. Penalties, everybody. This very, very strange skill set of emotional control, stress reduction mixed with technique, and have you got any stamina left? It's such a weird competition now and a weird skill set. Luis Enrique is chatting to all of the players. We can literally see he's grabbing names now. Goodness me. We can see who the Spanish penalty takers are going to be, actually. What an incredible camera shot they've got there. The Italians look relaxed. Mancini is talking concentration. And that's half the battle, isn't it? That really, really is half the battle. Can you control your concentration? Can you control your emotion? If you can do both of those things, then it's down to stamina and technique, isn't it? A real difficult skill set after playing an hour and 20 minutes of highly elite level football here. But it's going to happen again. We are going to penalties to decide who's going to get through out of Italy and Spain. It's going to be nerve-wracking, but it is what it is. It is penalties. We'll try and set you up. We won't do it like that. We will do it like this. So we will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dashes for each team, and we'll fill them in as we go. Simon is just getting some words of encouragement. He didn't do badly in the last penalty shootout against Switzerland. He saved a couple, didn't he? Chiellini is playing the I'm more relaxed than everybody card. Maybe he is. Doubt we'll see him take a penalty though, will he? Just a reminder, who's on the pitch? It is, sorry, where's my correct page? So, potential penalty takers here. Di Lorenzo, Bonucci, Chiellini, Toloi, Locatelli, Jorginho, Pessina, Bernardeschi, Berardi, and Bellotti they're the players that finished the game for the Italians. For the Spanish, Simon, the keeper, Alba, Laporte, Torres, Llorente, Rodri, who I'm sure missed one, Thiago, Pedri, Moreno, Morata, and Olmo. I believe Spain, despite having won a penalty shootout in this tournament, they missed 2 penalties in the group stage as well, didn't they? Goodness me. Extra time, a bit of an anticlimax. Overall, Spain edged it, but I fancy Italy on penalties. Good job, none of us are hanging from the night before. Cheers, Russ. Hair of the dog, hey? Referee Brick is just having a word with both keepers. Remember, we now have a situation where if a keeper makes a save and both of their feet are forward of the line, VAR will intervene. And here we go. Italy are going to take first, and it's going to be Locatelli for the Italians. This to decide who goes to the Euro 2020 final to play either Denmark or England. We're up the Italy end. Fine margins. The Italians link arms, and Locatelli is going to take the first penalty. He scored 2 goals in one of the group games, Locatelli. How's he going to go here against Simon, who's moving around trying to put him off? He needs to stand still before we start. Locatelli, here he comes, right-footed. Locatelli, saved! Oh, the first penalty is missed. Simon's bouncing about has worked, and the Italians have missed. Remember, we say it every time. The first miss is not always fatal, but the second one normally is. Italy have missed. He's given support from his teammates. Here comes Olmo. It's 0-0, but Italy have taken 1 penalty and missed it. Olmo steps up. Donnarumma is absolutely huge. So you're going to have to find the corner or send him the wrong way. He will save penalties that are not in the corner, Donnarumma. Olmo has played well during the game. Olmo, right-footed versus Donnarumma. Here he comes. Olmo. Oh, over the bar. Appalling. You've got to hit the target. And Olmo skies his penalty over the bar. As I just said, the first miss is not always fatal. And let's just call it 4 penalties against 4 because a very bad start. 2 right-footers. Both went to the keeper's right and both missed. Here comes Bellotti. He's going to be the second penalty taker for the Italians. It's 0-0. 2 penalties taken, 2 penalties missed. Bellotti against Simon. Here he comes. A narrow run-up. It's going to be another right footer. Simon moving around on the goal line. Bellotti takes his time. Bellotti steps up and scores into the corner. Big emotional celebration from Bellotti. It is Italy 1, Spain 0. Remember, Italy do have the advantage of taking first, and they lead 1-0. It's Italy 1, Spain 0 in the shootout. Bellotti has scored. Here comes Morata, who scored a great goal after coming on as a sub. Sorry, it's Moreno. Beg your pardon. Moreno is coming up. He's going to be the second taker here for Italy, a left-footer. Donnarumma holds both arms out. Here comes Moreno, stutters, scores, and Donnarumma went the right way, and I think he might have touched it as well. He'll think he should have saved this one. Let's have a look. No, it's a good penalty, actually. I stand corrected. He gets a nice bit of height on it, and despite Donnarumma being such a huge man, he cannot make the save. Here comes one of the brilliant centre-halves. It's Bonucci. Leonardo Bonucci is coming up. One of those incredible centre-half pairing. It's 1-1 in the shootout, and Bonucci is going to take right-footed. Here he comes. Bonucci. Lovely penalty. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Strokes it in right-footed. Italy lead 2-1. Italy 2, Spain 1 in the shootout. 2 consecutive scores now for Italy. Both Bellotti and Bonucci have scored. Here comes Thiago for Spain. He came on in extra time for Sergio Busquets. He's going to take the penalty. Luis Enrique stands, arms folded. Short run up from Thiago. What a penalty. Christ, I had the confidence to do that. 3-step run up, sends the keeper the wrong way, rolls it in the corner. Look at that. Oh, dear. Let's say it is. Balls of absolute steel from Thiago to take that penalty in the shootout. Bernardeschi is coming now. He's going to be taker number 4. It is 2-2. 2 scores and 2 misses apiece. It's penalty number 4 for Bernardeschi. Simon does his normal ritual. It's a left footer. Bernardeschi, here he comes. Oh, he's put it in the top corner. An Alan Shearer style penalty. And now the heat is on, isn't it? Because if the next Spanish taker misses, Italy are 1 kick away from the final. As it stands, they are 3-2 up. Both countries have missed 1 penalty. And now this is Alvaro Morata, who, as I was going to say, scored in extra time, but did miss a penalty in the group phase in a 90-minute game. Luis Enrique, arms folded. Morata saved. He never looked like he was going to score. Oh, dear. You can tell by body language sometimes. And if the next Italian taker scores, Italy are into the final. Morata misses the penalty. He scored the equalising goal, but there is a huge kick coming up in this one. Luis Enrique looks away. The arms stay folded. The Italian players know they are 1 free shot at goal from 12 yards from going through to the final. And it's Jorginho, and he's a brilliant penalty taker. Jorginho is the Chelsea penalty taker. Strange tactic because they've left him till last. Will he do the hop, skip and jump technique? He's been a brilliant penalty taker for Chelsea. And if he scores this, Italy go through to the final. Jorginho, up he comes. He does the hop and he scores! Italy are through to the final. And it is 4-2 on penalties. Italy go through. Jorginho hop, steps and sticks the penalty in. And Roberto Mancini and Italy go through to the final. It will be Italy versus England or Denmark in the final. The Italian players go and celebrate. Jorginho scores the winning penalty. Spain are out. 3 teams left. Italy are through, and it is England or Denmark now. The Italians win on penalties. They led during the game. Federico Chiesa curling in the opening goal. Morata off the bench. He equalises. The game goes to penalties. Spain had a lot of the underlying numbers in their favour, but Italy have won the tie in the penalties. Misses from Olmo and Morata. Locatelli did miss for the Italians, but goals from the penalty spot by Bellotti, Bonucci, Bernardeschi, and we knew he was going to score, Jorginho. They saved him till last, and he scored the decisive penalty. Italy win 4-2 on spot kicks, and well played to the Italians. They beasted their group, didn't they, and got 9 points. They beat the Austrians in the round of 16. In the quarterfinals, they beat the Belgians. In the semi-finals, they've beaten the Spanish. They've had the hard route, the hard way to the final, and the Italians have got there without Spinazzola. Roberto Mancini, and Italy will be in the Euro 2020 final. Wow. Get your thoughts in on that one. Maybe after the fact, because I'm absolutely knackered. It's 18 minutes to 11. And now, let's just be perfectly honest, all of our brains go to England versus Denmark. If you want to shout out, let me know in the chat. Thank you, Mr. Radio Floyd and Amanda and QPR Forever, Nappa's mum, Annie. Oh, tense. I hope we don't get extra time tomorrow. And for God's sake, I hope we don't get penalties. Oh, Italy go through to the final. Thank you for joining us. Insignia's wearing a Spinazzola shirt. They missed possibly their best performer, but they still got through to the final. Italy are in the finals of Euro 2020, and they will play either Denmark or England. Oh, good night, Whale Shark. Helen, Joe, see you tomorrow, guys. Sweet dreams of an England victory. Yes, please, for goodness sake. It's going to be the Italians if England do get to the final. Oh, 3 left. We are on match number, I think, 36 that was. And tomorrow night, England versus Denmark. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Mr. E, Brian, David, and another David. I'm off to bed. All eyes now on England versus Denmark tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Congratulations to the Italians. They are in the final. And I'll see you tomorrow night for England in a major semi-final against Denmark. Come and join me tomorrow, 7:45. The nerves have just kicked in now this game is finished. I don't want to think about it. Commiserations, Spain. Well done, Italy. And I will see you tomorrow. Ooh, over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.